Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in after a few bits of ice cream from the freezer. I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake.
What is that thing on the chair?
That is an excellent question.
It is a friend?
Yes, we'll call it a friend.
Okay.
Yeah. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but I can't quite make out what it is. Get a little closer. Is she crying?
Aww.
I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda. The crying immediately stops.
Not right now.
Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay?
I don't want to talk about it.
Did something happen?
No, nothing happened. Go away.
Something must have happened. Amanda?
Get out!
Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she's definitely now. I can't remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda.
Morning.
She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything going on at school today?
No.
Okay. Do you need a ride to school?
No.
Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever up and takes the still freezer burned waffle out before it's finished cooking.
I have to go.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Amanda,
maybe pushing was not the way to go. Ouch.
Yeah. Amanda picks up her bags and storms out. Oh, okay. Haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hang on the wall. Ended on teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get back up and try again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere.
Jeez.
She started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing ever happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided if I force it out her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly avoiding me. Hey, Pumpkin.
What?
Can you come out here for a second? There's a moment of silence.
Yeah.
I want her to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it.
Dad,
So just whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, But whatever it is, know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da!
Dad.
It took me a really long time. Because
Sorry, you're sad. That's cute.
It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad, and I had to start over. And
this is beautiful.
It's strawberry.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amanda gives me a big hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve up some delicious cake.
So it's really stupid.
What is?
This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart.
I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes?
Oh. I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California, right?
Emma R.
Fudge. Which one was it?
The other one?
I guess you're not technically wrong. Technically.
It's good to have fallbacks like that one.
Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while. But then I found out from Rosie M that both of the Emmas, Grace, and Noah all went to a party at Mackenzie F's with so many names. On the same night, they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AV final.
Ooh. Yikes.
So, another important piece of information is... God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah, and, that's a thing.
What? Whoa. I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that, okay?
You're a bad liar.
So are you.
I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and just keep quiet and keep going about my business.
Amanda sighs.
And then one day I invite everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously.
Oof.
So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really, really wanted nachos.
Totally understandable.
Ugh.
So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah. All hanging out together and eating nachos without me!
What?
Yes, have you showered now? It gets better! I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah had his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right?
Ooh.
But then they kiss!
Ouch. No!
Yes! I know! So I storm over there and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R just like glares at me. Because of course she does.
Grace. Nothing's coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the... Since we're going for it...
Such a dad question. No, Dad, please stick with me. Grace is the one nobody really likes. Or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there and eat my damn nachos. So I left without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following?
What did Emma R say?
Whew, okay. Get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what? Let me just read it to you.
Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word and arduously. Words are hard.
Yeah, let's go with that.
A stupid long string of text message.
Can you believe that? I want to know what they said.
No, I can't believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and the mental well-being, but man, I do not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I am trying my hardest to be supportive.
They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on red. And then...
Wait, left me on red? What's that?
Oh my god. Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply, and I know because there are red receipts.
I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha.
So, while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of.
All right, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad.
There's so much more, but honestly, it's just all really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half of my grade hates me, and now I have no friends.
Amanda, I'm so sorry.
I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R's been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long.
Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake.
Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everybody just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad.
Amanda looks so dejected. I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help?
Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip.
Wow.
I know, it's pretty dumb.
It's not dumb.
It's kind of dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over.
Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings.
I guess.
Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time.
Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago.
But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. High school sucks. Honestly, high school sucks. You make friends with people just because they're there when you're still living in your hometown. There's a pretty small pool of people to choose from. But once you go to college and once you're out there in the real world, you're going to be exposed to all sorts of people, and it's going to be easier to make friends with people who really get you. Some of those friendships can last a lifetime. I mean, look at me and Craig. And some of them only last a little while. And that's okay too. You're going to make so many awesome new friends at art school. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does yours. Because you're amazing. And if they think they can't, and if they can't see that, well, that's their problem.
I'll keep that in mind.
I look down at the table. Did we just eat the whole cake?
Yes, we did just eat that whole cake.
Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes the door, she turns around.
Hey, Pops.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are always welcome. Love you, Manda.
I love you too, Dad.
Oh, it read it for me. Aww. Aww. That was cute.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Who is it?
It's Craig.
Craig! What you want, Craig?
Hello, Amanda's dad. Wait. Hello, Amanda's dad. It's me, your friend Craig who loves sports. I have nice and smart children who are good at computers. Oh man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? I'm still strong. What? Strong. I'm strong.
I am strong.
Say, I've been reading up about whey protein. You use all that? Bleh. You use that at all? I figured it'd help me develop a bit more muscle. Yeah, I know what that is. My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. Cool. I'd love to come. I'll let Amanda know. Thank you, Amanda's dad.
Okay. Pay your bills early.
Yes, always.
You're young,
always.
you have your health. Now is the time to do something. Yes!
Coffee time! Dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black at midnight on a moonless night. I put on a fresh pot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow.
Dad, ready for today?
I'm ready for every day, sweetie. Gonna tackle it head on.
No, are you ready for the thing that we're gonna do today? The thing that you promised you'd do?
Honey, I have already told you that I'm not gonna throw away my Tom Clancy novels.
They're just stacked in living room. In the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over, and you don't even read them. Wait, no, that's not what I'm here about. The tea party, Dad.
Nope, don't remember that.
Craig's kids. That hand-drawn invitation.
Aww.
Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper, inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. They spelled cordially wrong.
Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going.
I can go outside in sweatpants. Nothing's stopping me.
Dad, just... I'll see you in a minute. Fuck authority.
We're going for it. We're
Yep.
going for it.
What did I say about the pants?
I'm a rebel, sweetie.
Whatever, I'm sure it'll be fine.
They're girls.
I was just thinking, I'm like, they're not dressed for a tea party either. I got very distracted. Hello, thank you for coming to our tea party.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it's happening.
I do my best to bow and present to my daughter, who thanks them with a curtsy.
This way, please.
Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuffed animals, and Matt and his daughter Carmencita are here too. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup to me. Hey dude! How's the tea?
Hey.
I'm imagining tea is absolutely wonderful and just a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita.
Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Did you just wake up?
No. Why?
Those are inside pants.
Amanda laughs.
Please have a seat.
I sit down between Amanda and Matt. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of this chair.
Hi, everyone.
Who's Daisy?
Who is Daisy?
Oh.
What did we do for... I feel like Thor did their voice.
No, I did his voice. We've never met Daisy before.
We've seen Daisy. I don't know if Daisy talked.
I don't think she ever talked.
Okay.
I turned to see Daisy and
So
Brian
many
enter.
voices coming all of a sudden
right?
out of nowhere.
Enter into the backyard, and they take a seat next to us. Sorry, we're late. Wait, what the voice did I do for him?
Like a gruff thing.
Right. Sorry.
Don't die.
Sorry, we're late. Daisy made me put on my going outside pants. Amanda punches me on the shoulder.
See?
Oh. You approve of cargo shorts when they're on Brian, but not when they're on me?
Dad, you're embarrassing me at the tea party. This is a high-class affair.
But
Shh. It's about to start. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules for some high tea. Now, if you'll all put on your designated tiaras.
there are little tiaras sitting on everyone's plates. Well, except for Brian's. His is a softball helmet.
Oh, we ran out of tiaras.
I don't think this one's gonna fit me, but I appreciate the thought.
Dad, you're royalty. Please act like it.
Brian
We're just all
tries
gonna
to
be Valley Girls.
Brian tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but it immediately tumbles off and into the bushes. I'll get that later. Hey everybody! Craig comes out with a teapot and a tray of sandwich cookies.
Dad, is the tea ready?
Yeah, it's been steeping for a while now.
Awesome.
Oh.
Get some tea.
No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servant's help.
Craig leans over to me. That's me. Craig places teacups in front of all of us, add a single sandwich cookie into each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I could make my teacup with Matt and take a sip. Good lemonade.
It's tea.
Oh.
Right. Very good tea. I lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea. So, what do we do at tea parties?
We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father.
She takes a dainty bite of her sandwich cookie.
Marvelous. So, the meeting of princesses has been called to order. You're here. But I'm a warrior princess. I hunt and stuff and have like a really cool sword. Can I be a space princess? I'll allow it. And I'll be a rock star princess. I'm also space princess. Yeah. Can there be more than one?
Mm.
Space is pretty big, don't you think? I changed my mind. I want to be a space princess too.
Mm.
Dad, what are you?
Do I get to be a princess?
Duh.
Well, I guess that makes me. History Channel person. I'm the ruler of all I survey. And what I survey is 10-hour marathons of Cupcake Storage Wars.
Well,
I don't think I've seen that one. A squad of professional bakers bid on empty storage units and then have to bake 1,000 cupcakes using only the ingredients in the storage unit.
wow.
That sounds really horrible because...
It sounds really fun to watch, though, not gonna lie.
Kate, the ingredients in storage units. You don't know how long that stuff's been sitting there. You see where I went now? You see where-
I get it now.
Like you don't know if those eggs have been there for a week or a month or.
Was it actually called Storage Wars?
There is
Because
a,
I used to watch that show where they would bid
Yeah.
on the storage units, and there'd be a whole bunch of random shit
Yes,
in there
yes,
that
yes.
they would get.
yes, because people would do that for a business and then they resell the crap on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's legitimate.
Yeah.
But they turned it into cupcakes, and then I'm like,
Cupcake Storage Wars.
yeah. So
Well,
like-
there's I think it was called Storage Wars.
yeah, it was.
And then I think it also was called Cupcake Wars.
The Cupcakes Wars is an entirely different show.
Yeah, but I think that was the name of each show. They both ended in wars.
Yes, that is true.
Brilliant.
That sounds terrible. Oh, it is. I think I'll be the landscaper and general contracting princess.
Hey.
Barista princess reporting for duty.
Whoa.
Hey everybody, CrossFit princess here.
Not now, servant.
If it wasn't for the princess's uprising, it would be you serving me. We sip tea for a little longer, and then the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rock warrior princesses.
I want to hang out with them.
They grow up so fast. It was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties. Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop. Pitfall. Your custom blends are amazing. That hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice.
Hey.
Aw, thanks. It's really nice to see the girls getting along. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved into this community.
Yeah.
We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to me, you know? I haven't even realized. And I don't even know if Amanda does either, but I guess they're right. All the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. She seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so proud of her.
Oh.
You better not proud daddy cry this in front of you.
You've been called out.
But by my own subconscious.
You're not proud, Dad cried.
I brought extra word jumbles if anyone wants to kill some time while the girls play. The day rolls on and the girls get all tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking their pictures, promising that she'll send them the best ones later. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables, then head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders.
Aw.
Take care, guys.
Thanks for coming. Bye, History Channel princess. YOLO yeet.
You want dinner?
Nah, I filled up on cookies.
Me too. I'm tired.
Dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids who all simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. But in a good way? But also in a kind of scary way.
How so?
Ah.
I feel like I gotta be on my best behavior for them. I don't want to let them down. My Valley Girl is slipping out a little bit there.
Is this because you still feel bad about dropping the F on in front of your cousin that one time?
Whoa.
I corrupted her dad. She secondhand smokes now.
That's not how that works, but well, those kids really look up to you. I'm glad that they have you as a role model.
Shucks, Pops.
I ruffle Amanda's hair.
Shucks.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Hello, dads. Oh, so we get to choose.